Hello and welcome to the second of the lockdown diaries that I will be doing this week. As you would have heard yesterday was an introduction into, what the diaries are all about and what I'm hoping to achieve by actually doing this to hopefully help people, give them some insight as to what you go through when you're going through a lockdown and my own thoughts as well. Now, one of the main things I talk about, before I go into how the day went, I'll just give you a little bit of background. Over the last couple of years, I've developed a bit of knowledge, not necessarily an expert, but I've developed a bit of knowledge in terms of mental health, having gone through it myself a couple of years ago. So, now more than ever, I think it's very important that people actually talk to one another. And although you cannot see them in person, it is so important to contact people, just a phone call, because there will be people that will be more anxious because they're stuck inside and don't know how long they're going to be, worrying about not being able to go and get their shopping, worrying about the health of their elderly relatives, worrying if their children's immune systems would be up to scratch if they were to catch the bug or whatever. As we know, of course, this coronavirus, which everybody has been talking about over the last couple of months, knows no bounds and has targeted everybody. So what I'm hoping to achieve is to just give you a little bit of, reassurance to say, look, we are out here and this is a genuine offer. If anybody is feeling down, depressed, and just want someone to talk to me. I may not have all the answers, but, at least a friendly ear is better than not having anybody to listen to at all. And I think it is so, so important that we work together as a community. And hopefully, if we can get out the other side of this, we can get back to our normal day-to-day, comings, goings. But the friendships that you could make in a situation like this will last longer than the lockdown themselves. So, obviously, as I said yesterday, the kids are being homeschooled. Now, that comes with its usual challenges because obviously the kids are normally used to getting up at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. And you've got to find a right balance because whilst they've got to do their tasks, at the same time you've got to let them have a bit of fun, because if you make it too regimented and hard work, then they're not going to enjoy it and get the best out of themselves. It's always difficult to get a balance because you've just got to find ways of handling it and the different tasks that are involved. So, today they sort of had maths work, which they did, or just about got them to do. For most of the day, I worked downstairs in the sitting room, and towards the last hour of my working day, I ended up working up here. In fact, Michael's bedroom, as you can see, there's a dollhouse behind me, but don't let that alarm you. This has been my office for the last week and a half. So, you've just got to make the best of a situation while you go. Now, I also think that it's very, very important to obviously educate the kids as to what is going on and make them understand better as to why it is we're doing what we're doing. Now, if we can do that, although they may not necessarily understand, as they get older and they look back on this, they may look at this and say, hello, Phoebe. They may look back on this and say, yes, this is what I did during lockdown. And also, they can teach their children in years to come as to why they coped with it. So, but as I say, mental health to me is very, very important because, to be honest, if we didn't talk to people and if we allowed people to be isolated away without communication, it would cause a lot more problems.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important that talking helps and hopefully this video over the week, if it encourages people to express their feelings, you know, encourage them to talk to somebody they may not necessarily talk to before, do it. Because you never know how much that one conversation can make an absolute difference to somebody's life. And that's what I want to achieve by doing this. Yes, it is hard because, you know, you are kind of milling around the house at times when you're not working. Normally you sort of think, okay, well, I'll just go down the shop. I've got a little thing to buy from the shop, or I'll get some milk or this, that and the other. And you're just thinking, actually, do I need to go out? You start questioning yourself. And you start thinking to yourself, I might as well stay at home. I can't be bothered. And then after a little while, you think, actually, I'm bored. And, you know, especially if you've been at home already for 2 weeks, and obviously we've still got another potentially 2 weeks to go. However long this lockdown goes on, nobody can tell, really. It's up to whatever the powers that be decide. So all you've got to do in this situation is just make the best of what you can. And as I say, just keep talking. I can't really stress enough how important it is to just keep talking. So, again, I'm going to open up to everybody again. Anything you want me to talk about, any comments, anything you'd think I need to do differently, because I'm a relatively newbie when it comes to this kind of thing. Like, subscribe, comment. No, all your support and all your comments are most welcome. And as I say, we'll do this tomorrow. And until tomorrow, stay safe and stay at home.